all the help I can get. And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Hillsborough Stadium, where tonight it's our Central Catholic Rams taking on the Bruins of Barlow. I'm Steve Acton, along with my partner James Broadous, and we're proud to bring you the game tonight, being broadcast on Oregon Sports Beat. Producing the show tonight is Jim. On the camera is Justin, and we're here for a good game between the Bruins and the Rams. Rams coming into tonight 2-0, beating Jesuit the first game and knocking off Sandy 41-0 last week. And so, if we look at the tale of the two teams, Rams are on a roll, and the Bruins are 1-1, right, James?
Absolutely. The Bruins have they played Grant. They lost their first game to Grant. They came back last week to play Jefferson of Portland, and they beat Jefferson, and that was a good game. It came down to the end, and it came down to some execution. Barlow was able to run the football, and they pulled out the victory at the end. After actually coming from behind by they was down 12-0 at one point.
Unbelievable. We talked about the Rams coming in 2-0, and they really had no problem last week with Sandy, winning 41-0. And if you look at the box scores, first quarter 14, second quarter 21, third quarter 6, and then 0 in the fourth. So clearly the Rams jumped out early and kind of took their foot off the pedal as they got towards the end of the game.
Right, and when you have a program like the Rams do, sometimes you can play teams, and if you get out early, then that sort of can take away some of the sting from the other team, and then you can just sort of take your foot off the pedal a little bit and make sure that no one gets hurt, and it sounds like that's what the Rams are doing.
So the Rams come tonight really impressive on both sides of the football. So far this year, they've outscored their opponents 76-6. So it's impressive. Clearly the Rams, even though it's kind of a funky season where not a lot of practice coming into it, clearly they are executing at a high level early.
Right, and again, like we've talked about plenty of times before, that's just a culture that they have built here, that Coach Pine has built here at Central Catholic, and the players just continue to fall in and just go right in line with how the culture is. And the culture has always been built around solid offense, and as you can see with the numbers that you just stated, then they are just continuing on with this legacy.
And rolling. So they just finished the coin toss. And it looks like the Bruins will be receiving to start the game. And this is one of the kind of a impromptu football season where it's going to be abbreviated season. We only got a few more games left, but still gives the players the opportunity to get some reps under their belt headed into the fall.
Indeed, and Barlow, they are sort of in a even more unique situation because their school district had opted out. They were not going to play football, and it wasn't until the last minute that they made the switch, and so that they allowed their students to play football. Coach K, when I had my opportunity to communicate with him, he says that he is really proud of his guys, in particular his seniors, because they've been doing everything that is asked of them to make sure that they are able to play. Clearly there was some differences in opinion if the season should go on, but in order to make it happen, his players have had to fall in line and had to do everything right, and he's really proud of these guys as they give themselves the opportunity to come out here and compete.
So got 8 seconds before we kick off. We do have some fans tonight, albeit they're really widely dispersed, but nonetheless you're starting to get a sense that kind of things are coming back to normal with the fans at it.
Yes, and you have a big stadium like this, and it looks like they've allowed, and I would imagine that the way I look at it, maybe 1 or 2 people per family that they allowed to come to the game today, and that's huge. Your kids, they want to play in front of their families, and now they're looking like they're getting that opportunity, and it'll be good if we can ever get the fans, the stands filled with fans once again.
Looks like Sappington will be kicking off for the Rams. Rams sporting some good uniforms, and they're nice because you can actually see the numbers, James. At our age, sometimes it's hard to see.
Wait. What is this? Our age?
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to get me in with that age.
We're starting early, right? We've got to make up for lost time here. Dow back for the Bruins. It's funny, the last time Barlow has beat Central, you have to go all the way back to 2005. Short kick, taken at about the 15. And drop down quick. by the Rams. I put my binoculars down at the wrong time. Can't give credit where credit is due on that tackle, but that's where the Bruins will take over about the 22-yard line.
You know, and you talk about these Ram uniforms. They are some really nice uniforms. I really like that color scheme. But then the Bruins colors makes it hard for us to see their numbers today.
Right.
One of these days, we're going to be able to get two teams that show their numbers very easily, and we can identify the players.
True, it'll be a perfect storm when that happens. Under center is Ethan Jones for the Bruins. He'll hand off up the middle. Really no gain there on the tackle. That was Winston. Winston leading the team in tackles so far this year. So starting out early to get that, increase that stat. Let's see, he's got 11 tackles on the season.
Yeah, he's a big-time player. He's a big-time recruit, committed to Oregon, and I think he's just going to continue to get better from a long line of good athletes in that Winston family.
Again, keeping it on the ground, pitching it over to the right, and slipping down. It's Bruin number, looks like number 47.
So
Like Jake Fay, yeah.
Last week against Jefferson, the Bruins showed that they want to run the football. Even though they got down by a couple scores, they did not stop running the football. And what really turned the game was that they were able to get that running game going, and Jefferson was unable to stop them. So I'm sure the Rams are ready for this run attack.
Again, Fay over the right side. Gets the corner, but goes out of bounds. No, stays in bounds, and looks like he got enough for a first down. Looks like the Rams gave up on the play a little bit and gave him the lane to get the first down.
Yeah, you know, and that's some still, I would say, some early season glitches that they have to get out. You know, like you said, it looked like they were about to tackle him, and so sometimes kids will think, okay, well, he's down. I'm not going to go over there and get my uniform dirty for no reason. And he broke through and he added 10 more or 6, 7 more yards to move the chains.
But you're always worried about kind of get that late hit on the sideline. You want to be that guy. And true to form, keeping it on the ground is Fay, and he'll pick up a few on that.
You know, and it looks like Barlow has sort of committed to, again, this is one of the ways that you can keep the ball out of the Central Catholic Rams offense, keep it out of their hands. You know, They have that explosive offense. Coach talked about wanting to limit the explosion plays of the Rams, and this is one way, by ball control.
And keeping them off the field.
Exactly.
Kind of like Shaw does with Stanford. You know, Shaw is one of those coaches that can just grind it. Pitch to the right. Fay again. Not a lot of running the room there for him, and he'll go down for a loss.
Reese McKenzie takes the toss for Barlow.
You know, that's the play that just got them the first down, and so when something is successful, you come back to it. But at the same time, on the defense, when something is successful, you look for that, and it looks like they were ready for that, and there was nowhere to run.
So that brings 3rd and 9 for the Bruins.
This traditionally would be a passing down, 3rd and long. But let's see if the Bruins stay true to form. Sometimes you have to mix it up.
Rams pack in the box. They do mix it up. Ooh, and that pass is broken up. A nice play there by Jordan King to break that up. Bring up 4th down for the Bruins.
That play was not going to net them a first down, but maybe this was 4-down territory anyway, and so they were going to just pick up 5 and try it again. It's a flag on the play.
There's a receiver downfield on the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So as you could see from the PA or from the official, illegal receiver downfield. So it's declined, and Rams will put the Bruins in 4th and long.
That was a play action fake, and I think he also faked the lineman. The lineman thought they were going to run. They're like, hey, what do we run?
Right, and, we run all the time.
Right, so what are you doing?
So, yeah, McKenzie back to punt. And a low kick. Uh-oh. Rolls all the way down to the 13 where Todd Fields will pick it up. Try to get the edge. Still on his feet, still in bounds. And the Rams have a long field to start out as they spot the ball at the 14. We make the transition. Hey, just to remember about the auction, don't forget to purchase your raffle tickets and to sign up to bid at the Central Catholic President's Auction. The online auction opens on April 12th with a live stream event on April 24th at 5:30. For more information, go to www.centralcatholichigh.org. Rams take the field as the Rams have been passing considerably. You look at the stats, and Johnson will pass right off the bat. Looking there for Jordan King.
Johnson's pass falls incomplete, intended for Jordan King.
When you have a receiver like Jordan King, you look for Jordan King. I would not be surprised if they continue to look for Jordan King. He's got great hands. He's got good size. He catches the ball with his hands, not with his body.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke Johnson, again, standing 6'7" behind center, can see over the line. I would imagine they're going to do a lot of passing.
And they do hand it off. Good penetration there by the Rams. By the Bruins. Gavin Jackson on the carry for really a short gain. Big third down and about 9 for the Rams. Coming in tonight, Luke Johnson, 29 of 46, 390 yards, 6 TDs, and 2 interceptions. He hasn't run a lot. He's only run twice for 20 yards, which is a little bit of a departure from traditional Ram football. We got that read option.
No, Luke Johnson's not back there to run.
Johnson, deep pass down the middle, looking for King. King can't get around to it. Flag comes out. King was trying to circle back because he had his eyes on the ball.
Johnson was intended for Jordan King. There is a penalty flag.
But looks like up to Grove, couldn't get his head around and was keeping King from making his move to get the ball.
Right, and we saw a couple weeks ago where Jordan King made some great adjustments to the ball in midair, and that was one of those times where he was trying to do the same thing, but it looks like the defender held him off. The referee saw it. 15 yards, first down.
Keeps that drive alive. It was 3rd and long. It's a little bit disheartening there for the Bruins. Pretty good stand up to that point.
And I mentioned it earlier, Coach K talked about limiting these explosion plays, and although that wasn't, it didn't go for 60 yards or it didn't go for a 50 and a touchdown, that's 15-yard pass interference, and it moves the chains, gives you 4 new downs. That's just as good as an explosion play.
And I don't know if you noticed, James, but if the ball was thrown deeper, Jordan King was going to run under it. He had to come back a little bit for it, but they got the wind blowing in his face a little bit right now. So it's going to hold that ball up. Johnson again. Pass out to the flat.
Pass by Luke Johnson.
Trying to find Gavin Jackson over there.
Jackson. Incomplete.
Yeah, the Rams are definitely going to be looking to throw that ball. Going to look to throw that football.
This will be 2nd and 10. Johnson again looking deep and throws the interception. That was interesting. It looked like Koenig didn't even think the ball was going to come to him.
The Johnson's pass was intended for Will Koenig, intercepted by Barlow. Gavin Dow with the pickoff, the tackle on the return by Will Koenig. 1st and 10, Barlow.
That was odd. I mean, it really looked like it didn't. He felt like it wasn't intended for him. So interesting turnover with the interception. A little bit sluggish right now, I think. Not quite as sharp as Coach Pine probably would like.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to have some conversation with them. That looks like the receiver was doing one thing and the quarterback was thinking another. They definitely weren't on the same page. But those are the kinks that you see still early in this season when there hasn't been a lot of time for practice.
Jones a pitch right. We've seen that before. A little bit of running room there. But a good tackle there. That looked like it was
Carter Baggs takes
Gibson
the toss
Coyle for the
Barlow.
Rams.
Gibson Coyle, the tackler.
Carter Baggs on the carry. Carter Baggs was one of the heroes in last week's game. He was really running that football hard, and as you can see, they will be running that ball. They looks like they found some success with that soft toss to the right side.
To the right side, right. Pass in, or draw inside, still on his feet though. Uh-oh. Great contact up the middle.
Andrew Collins with a rush.
But couldn't close the deal.
Jacob Smith.
Wow.
That's good for a first down.
It was Collins on the run. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those that's one of those plays that the coach is going to rewind the film over and over. As a running back, you're always taught keep your feet moving, and that's just what Collins did. He kept his feet moving. The Rams had great penetration, but they just weren't able to wrap up, and he turned what looked to be like a minus 2 or 3 into a gain of 13.
Keeping it on the ground. Great penetration. Looks like Gibson and Coyle again on the tackle.
Yeah, they were determined to not let that happen again. Connor Baggs, whoever was going to run that play was going to be in trouble. And Connor Baggs took the brunt of that meeting at the ball carrier by the Rams.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. 6 minutes left here in the game, and still no score. A little tunnel screen, unable to hold on to it. It should be incomplete. Looks like it was a forward pass.
They're going to call it a fumble?
They're going to call it a fumble. Okay. Didn't it look like it?
Jones' pass ruled complete.
I thought it would have been. Looked to me like it would have been an incomplete pass.
Okay.
They're calling it a catch and a fumble.
Jacob Smith with the recovery for Central Catholic.
All right. Well, good break for the Rams.
And as we talked a second ago about the Barlow Bruins running and keeping your feet turning, you're also taught to play to the whistle. And that ball was loose on the ground, and the Rams went and picked it up. You never know what the referees are going to call, and they picked it up, and now they were rewarded with that hustle.
Absolutely. Johnson in the backfield with Gavin Jackson. And Jackson will keep it over the right side. Nice hole there, finds a seam. Picks up a few. Good tackle there on the play.
Gavin Jackson with the ball for the Rams. Carter
Nice
Baggs,
wrap
the
up there
tackler.
by looks like Jake Fay making the stop.
It's a nice run. That's a nice play right there. Gavin Jackson, you see him sort of disappointed after the tackle, he smacks the ball because he wanted to break. But again, in football, you get 5 yards a play. That is good.
Yeah, exactly. Stay patient. It'll come, right? It'll come.
That's all you can ask for.
Empty backfield. Johnson looking across the middle, has a receiver in the flat, wide open. Still on his feet. And Strider Todd Fields with the reception, picks up the first down.
I like that name, Strider.
Johnson's
Strider
pass
Todd
complete to Strider Todd Fields. There is a penalty flag on the play.
That sounds like a football player's name.
Yeah.
Pilster, the tackler.
Strider.
It's not like Steve.
I know. I mean, people don't even take that serious.
Exactly. Steve. But Steve Acton, that has a nice ring.
Yeah, it balances a bit. Yeah, right, right.
Makes it seem like you're an athlete. Were you an athlete?
Yeah, way back in the day. Leather helmets, remember we talked about this. 2nd and 10. But I will say, James, middle name is James, so I got a little cred there with the James, all right?
Exactly,
So
yeah.
doing
Can't
all right
get
there.
much better than that.
Right, that's what I said. Yep. So 2nd and 10 for the Rams.
There's a new quarterback in. That's a different set.
Maybe doing a little wildcat here. No wildcat, but rolling to the left is Newman. Throws a strike. That might be 6.
Oh, that's 6. You can believe
Stretching it out, getting to the goal line. Jordan King puts 6 on the board for the Rams with 4:25, and there's a flag on the far side of the
Central
field.
Catholic, there is a flag on the play.
Let's see what that flag is. This could be one of those momentum-changing plays.
Yeah, it's always hard to take points off the board with a penalty.
Legal block in the back. There's a full team on the offense. Take our coverage to the spot of the foul. We keep second down.
I think the fans were able to hear that through the PA system, but a legal block in the back, and that'll bring it back. Really hard for the Rams to get something going here.
It's a nice play right there. Crew Newman comes in and sort of runs that Taysom Hill type offense that the New Orleans Saints was doing earlier in the season. And if you're going to throw the ball and you don't throw it often, throwing it to Jordan King is a good plan.
Yeah, it's a good target.
Looks like Luke Johnson is still on the sideline.
So they'll keep Newman back, and
They have a different set. Well,
different set now.
Yes, they've been working over this week.
So yeah, we got number 81, Riley Williams. He'll keep it, and he's just going to. And flag comes out. So that was a bit of a kind of a wildcat look there. Riley Williams, he's a sophomore, 6'6", 220. So, he's kind of a load if he gets that downhill momentum going.
Right. I'm trying to read the referee's body language, and it looks like they're saying that someone didn't have their mask on. The players are playing with the mask, so it looks like it may be a penalty if you're not, pretty much an equipment penalty. Let's see if I can read lips under the mask. There we go.
You're talented, but I don't know about that.
Number 81 on the offense. 5-yard penalty for a keep second down.
Yep, that's what it was. And looks like Riley Williams, they called it on him. So he's back there calling the cadence, and he wants people to hear him. So he takes his mask down. And there's 6 men out there refereeing, and they
noticed that. Right. They opt to keep him there. It's like Williams take 2.
Right. It looked like it was going to be a chunk play. Let's see if it'll work again.
There you go, the other way. Trying to get him some space. He picks up maybe one.
The direct snap.
Be 3rd down.
This is one of those reasons why I think players like to play for Coach Pine. Everybody, he gets everyone involved. He gets a lot of people, as you see, coming in and out of the game. You've used Riley Williams at quarterback already today. We've seen Crew Newman. We've seen Luke Johnson. He gets a lot of people involved. And as a player, you want to be involved as much as you possibly can.
Well, he's doing it. Newman fakes the fly sweep, keeps it, and goes up the middle. And he gets, 4 yards, bring up probably 4th and 4.
Crew Newman on the keeper.
And then they bring back Luke Johnson.
Yeah. They had a couple formations, a couple sets that they wanted to try out and take a look at. There were some penalties that, who knows what would happen if those penalties didn't take place. But here now you bring back Luke Johnson. You got Jordan King one-on-one. Whenever he's one-on-one, it's a good opportunity to exploit that mismatch.
As a receiver, nice pitch and catch there. That Strider, Todd Fields, on the reception out there.
Johnson's
Enough for the
pass
first
is complete
down.
to Strider, Todd Fields. That's good for Central Catholic. 1st down.
Yeah, just like you said, just a nice little pitch and catch. Yeah. Luke Johnson with that great advantage of just being able to stand tall in the pocket and just deliver a strike.
1st and 10 for the Rams at the 40. Finally into Bruins territory. Again, Johnson, a little bit of pressure, rolls right, those big strides, has a receiver, drops it in there. Can't tell. Oh, it falls incomplete.
Pass by Luke Johnson.
Attention for Riley Williams.
Incomplete.
Shows some mobility right there to get outside of the pocket. Put the ball where only Riley Williams was able to catch it.
Yeah, tight little window, yeah.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Riley was not able to bring it in.
2nd and 10. Kind of a slog. Seems like this is a slog quarter. You're not really getting any quick hits. Got the penalty on the King touchdown.
A slog quarter?
It's a slog quarter. Seems like it's just a slog. Like it's just taking forever. Nothing's really happening.
Oh, okay.
You know. All right. I see where you're going with that, James. Right up the middle. You know, nice just kind of fundamental play. Let's just take this and run it straight up the middle. We'll pick up 8 and we'll be good as Gavin Jackson.
Into the line for the Rams.
Sometimes you have to just go to the oldest play in football. Run up the middle.
Like a quickly back on the ball, 3rd and short. And let's do it again. Let's see if we can pick up that first down. He'll be stopped short. Good stand there by the Bruins. Looks like the Rams will have about another yard. 4th and about a yard.
And sometimes you don't have to run
Jackson with the rush.
the good old up the middle play. Let's see if they. This is where I've seen the Rams plenty of times sort of change the snap count, see if they can get the cheap, quick 5 yards.
You almost called that, James.
Nice discipline by the Bruins.
Keeping it right up. Oh, big hole, nice. Oh, he tried to cut and he got tripped over his own shoelaces, but Gavin Jackson enough with the enough for the first down.
Yeah, hey, they found something.
Gavin Jackson
is trying to put that foot in the ground and make that one last cut. If he had made it, I think we would have had 6.
Certainly. Keeping him in the backfield. He's been productive.
Just running up the back of Mael Jones. Jordan
Johnson. Yep. Hits his receiver. Nice catch there by Grisham. Gets him down to about the 10-yard line. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Stop the clock to move the chains.
Zach is back. He's like the last time we saw him, he was like the human Swiss Army knife. He was everywhere.
Right.
You know, it's a great weapon to have. Can play multiple positions, move him all around the field.
Johnson looks to throw. He'll keep it. Looks like a run out of bounds. Stop the clock. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Not much of a gain there.
No, he pulled back and looked like it may have been a design quarterback.
Luke Johnson with the keeper driven out of bounds for Barlow by Jake Fay.
Be 2nd and goal. And I guess they could. No chance for a first down. You got to get it in.
Well, when that's the case, I think we know where do they look first.
I think so. And that's at the top of your screen right now. Screen pass out to the right. Not much there for Williams. Yeah, wow, that'll do it for the quarter, James. Rams have not been shut out, so testament to that Bruins defense to hold it tight and stay in the game.
First quarter, Central Catholic and Barlow still
Indeed.
no score.
Yeah, but I would imagine if you were down there and you were able to interview Coach K on the Bruins sideline right now, he would take this. He would be happy. A 0-0 tie with the Rams and their explosive offense.
Yeah, you almost give the win. If this was a boxing match, you'd almost give the win to the Bruins for this.
Right. They would have won round 1.
Talk about winning. Talk about winning. Central Catholic has officially launched their Central Catholic online Ram store. Can you believe that? Online Ram store? Great idea.
Indeed. Shop
the huge winter sale while supplies last and warm up with the new Ram gear. Check out the Ram store at centralcatholichigh.org. So we move down to the other side of the field. You know, the wind's blowing out of the east. You know, the flag's pretty much standing up.
Central Catholic President's Auction. The online auction opens on April 12th.
I'll just be quiet. PA announcer can go over this. Y'all listen to that.
At 5:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.centralcatholichigh.org.
Well, he does a nice job.
He does. They should auction off like an opportunity to spend the afternoon with you, Steve.
Yeah, that'd be boring. I hope they, hope they enjoy housework, yard work. So 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Johnson handoff up the middle, has a seam. Can't get a read on who that was. Looks like Jackson taking it to the to about the 1-yard line. 4th down.
Made the tackle.
They kind of found a soft spot
Right.
in the defense there.
Right. Gavin Jackson has been exploiting that. Let's see if they go back to it.
And they go right back to it. Ooh, in a goal line stand, he did not get in. Turnover on downs. We talk about the emotional momentum in high school football, and boy, that takes a little air out of the balloon.
Yes.
Gavin
Yes. And
Jackson,
so
ball
yeah,
carrier,
those
stop
Barlow
short
Bruins
goal
right
line.
now are
That makes
feeling
it
really
first
good
down
about themselves.
For Barlow.
And rightfully so. I mean, it's not easy to get goal line stands in high school, and they were able to hold off the Rams. Like we talked about, they're already 0-0 at the end of 1 quarter. If they can move this ball right now, again, I'm sure Coach is really excited about their opportunities.
I got Chuck Blicko with the first quarter stats.
Chuck, my man Chuck.
Well, he's got to run 2 doors down. He's winded, kind of make. Yeah, they get a few yards out of that. Keeping it on the
Reese
ground.
McKenzie with the carry.
That's McKenzie.
Maddox Carpenter made the stop.
Quickly, the Bruins. And that's off the right side. Hey, great stop there. That was Jack Brown making the stop. Little or no gain there.
Bruins got up to the line of scrimmage really fast, and it sort of
Jake Fay in
did
the
their
line.
version of the hurry up,
Jack
Yeah.
Brown with the
but
stop
just
for Central
ran,
Catholic.
reran the exact same play. So that's
It's
something to
3rd
keep an
down.
eye on. If they go up to that hurry up, maybe they're just going to run the same play
Yeah,
that they
right.
just ran.
3rd and 7. It'll be a pass play. Kind of drip. Oh boy, tried to drop it in there. Not a bad pass by Jones, but broken up there. So that'll bring up 4th
Pass
down.
by Ethan Jones.
They
was
moved the punt
intended
team
for
in, for
Lucas
Central
Knowles.
Catholic in the first quarter. 29
Will
yards
Koenig, the breakup on the play.
running on
4th
7
down.
carries.
Barlow.
Passing 20 yards on 3 for 8. The leading receiver was Jackson with 5 catches for 21 yards, and total offense was 44. For Barlow, 16 yards on 8 carries, no passes, no pass receptions on 2 attempts, and 32 yards of total offense. And a very short kick. It drops about the 24-yard line.
They'll return on the punt by Reese McKenzie.
So
First and 10
fabulous
Central
field
Catholic.
position there by the Rams after being stopped on 4th and 1 from the 1. They get great field position to start here,
Just a
James.
quick reminder that no parents,
not very often that
spectators,
after
or
a
fans
punt,
are allowed on the field
you're still
before,
basically in the
during,
red zone
or after the game.
without a return.
If you need to leave the
So
game, please
the
exit
Rams,
through the concourse gates.
I'm sure Coach is
Thank
really
you
going to
for
be
your
talking about
cooperation.
execution right
And
here.
enjoy the game.
And you have an opportunity to get right back into the end zone or get down by the end zone, starting off at the 25.
Johnson there with Grisham in the backfield. Looking for the corner route. Heaves it. That falls incomplete. Kind of double coverage there.
You know, it was he's come back, and they're going to try to get the ball in the hands of Jordan King. Your offense is kind of struggling a little bit right now, and you have playmakers, and so one method is always get the ball in the hands of your playmakers when your team is struggling, and let them make plays.
Johnson, Grisham up the middle. Nice hole, really exploiting that A gap. Getting enough for the first down.
The ball carrier, Jake Fay with the tackle.
Zach, that time he lined up in the backfield. You know, we were talking about it a little bit ago. He was in the slot. He's in the backfield. Now where are we moving? He doesn't know. He's gonna go to the right. Let me go to the left. He might just be making up his own position as
right. Well, if he keeps peeling those yards off, go ahead. I mean, that's fine with me. But right now it's Johnson all alone there in the backfield. Screen pass out to the right to King. King stiffs arm, little move. Does he get to the end zone? No, he does not. He'll be stopped short, just between the 1 and the 2 yard line there.
He tried to give that effort at the end to get that ball across the pylon, but it looks like he stepped out of bounds right before he was able to reach that ball out.
Nice little stiff arm there to give him the room he needed to turn the corner.
Inside.
And they do hand it off. Oh, boy. Grisham had nowhere to go. I think there was more yellow helmets in the backfield than there was on the other side of the line of scrimmage at that point.
Right. It looks like they knew that play. It looked like they were in the huddle.
Yeah.
As soon as he handed off on that little inside handoff, that linebacker was in the backfield making plays.
2nd and goal now. Ball at the 9.
The Bruins defense stiffens up down here in this goal line.
Johnson with the screenplay, has Grisham underneath. Actually, the good defense there, to really hold him to 5 yards.
Yeah, a little screen pass to Grisham right there.
And Baum kind of sniffed that out for the Bruins. So 3rd down from the 6.
Yeah, that's doing your responsibility. He didn't rush. A lot of times you see that there's a clear line to the quarterback, so the defenders just take off after the quarterback. He stayed disciplined and was able to track down Grisham on that screenplay.
Has his receiver. Hey, very patient play there. Who pulled that in there?
That looks like Strider.
It was Strider, yeah. So Johnson to Strider for 6, and it was really nice because he waited for him to come open, and just drilled it. So way to be patient on that was Johnson. So the Rams put up 6 with 8:18 in the 2nd quarter, finally piercing that Bruins defense.
Another nice pass by Luke Johnson. Like you said, he waited for him to get open. They had 2 receivers up top. They both ran slant routes. The inside receiver took away the safety, and Luke Johnson made a nice pass.
Kick is good. Atticus Sappington adds the extra point. And with 8:18, the Rams go up 7-0.
He kicked the ball out of the stadium.
Right. Well, if there's a fence, we didn't. Yeah, that's maybe for next season. But anyway, Central Catholic President's Auction is right around the corner. The online auction starts on April 12th, and the raffle tickets are on sale now. So buy yours, and you could win $25,000 towards a travel voucher, tuition, or an opportunity to endow and name a scholarship at Central Catholic. Winners will be announced at the Central Catholic Livestream event on April 24th. For more information, go to centralcatholichigh.org.
Sounds like a cool event right there.
Yeah, they do it good. And, they got to adapt in the COVID environment, so, moving it online, not a bad deal.
That's one thing about this COVID that has enabled us to reach more people than we could in person.
Kind of change how we live and work.
Absolutely.
Back for the Bruins, number 14, Gavin Dow, along with number 6, Dakota Pilster, but neither of which will have the opportunity to do anything. With a great kick there by Atticus Sappington to knock it through the end zone. No chance of return for the Bears, or the Bruins.
And he kicked that ball 6 yards deep into the end zone.
Yeah, that was kind of a big-time kick.
Yeah, and he came out flexing, and he should. If you're
Right.
kicking the ball like that, he kicked his PAT out of the stadium. Then he kicks that kickoff 6 yards into the back of the end zone.
Right. Great job there. Great job there. All right, see if they change it up, James, if they keep it on the ground or mix it up a bit now. High snap, they hand it off. Drop down there. Looks like Zach Grisham
with the ball carrier.
on the tackle. Short gain of about 4, but
Zach
keeping it
Grisham,
on the ground.
lead tackler
Yeah.
for Central Catholic.
If I had to bet, if I was a betting man, I think they're going to keep the ball on the ground. I mean,
well, you mentioned it earlier, controlling the pace of the game, and even though the Rams are up 7-0, they're controlling the pace of the game.
yeah, they're creating this slog of a of a quarter or of a first half.
Jones is going to keep it and run to the left. Oh, that's not Jones. That's Carter Baggs. A little wildcat action there.
Carter Baggs takes the direct snap.
That's enough for the first down for the
That's good
Bruins.
for a first down, Barlow.
Yeah, direct snap. Just get the ball to one of your weapons and just see if he can beat everybody to the outside. And that looks like what he was able to do.
Moves the ball out to the 36.
You know, sometimes when you hand the ball off, it takes a little bit more time than you have. If you just do direct snap and make all the other 10 guys become blockers, you can create something for yourself.
And they do it again. And another healthy gain there for the Bruins.
Here comes a flag from the back judge. I think I would say face mask.
Carter Baggs with the ball. There is a penalty flag on the play.
Boy, James, you're good. I mean, you can call that from all the way up here. I just noticed one of the officials actually has their face mask is stripes like their shirt.
Oh, well, that's neat.
So that's kind of fashionable.
Well, yeah. You know that face masks now, they're going to take in all colors and designs, and you're going to be able to get matching face mask and face masks that look like your face.
It's a whole new I don't know if I would want a different one. High snap, able to pull it in. Kind of end around to number 17 on the carry. That's Riley Baum.
Another flag.
Someone Senators made the stop. There is a penalty on the play.
Referees are really busy today. They've been throwing that flag quite often. Holding right there negates a little positive yards. And again, when you are the Bruins and you don't really like to push the ball down the field, don't really go for chunk plays, you can't go backwards. You got to limit the mistakes. And these holding penalties and things of that nature really puts your offense at a deficit.
And kind of the wildcat to the right here. Yeah, but not going to happen there as Jack Benison comes up and says, no, not this time. Makes a big hit there.
Reese McKenzie with the direct snap. Zach Grisham with the stop for Central Catholic.
There's that guy again, Zach Grisham on the stop, along with his other buddies.
Benison, yeah.
McKenzie, he tried to spin, and sometimes the spin can help and work in your favor, but sometimes when you spin and you still get hit, it's not a good uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, now they fake it. They want to throw it down the middle. Has receiver, but it's short. Comes back for it. Really fighting off Rams, trying to get there. But it falls incomplete, intended for Nettles.
It's Carter Baggs trying to make that pass, and they don't pass the ball often, and usually Ethan Jones is making the passes when they do, but Carter Baggs, he had a man open early, but I think it sort of surprised him as well. By the time he figured it out, the Rams were back in coverage at that point.
So it brings up third, and we're going to call that 17. Looks like they brought back Jones in. No, they didn't, actually. And they'll run it off the left side. Has a seam, but quickly brought down.
Turnover.
The ball come out.
What are they going to call?
I think it was Sanders on the stop. Yeah. Looks like they coughed up the ball there, and
It's first down, Central Catholic.
the Rams looking another shot just inside of Bruins territory.
Big play right there. I wish I could have saw the number of who forced that fumble, but anytime that you can force a fumble and get the ball back in the hands of Luke Johnson and his boys out here on offense, that's a big play.
Mm-hmm. I think it was Sanders that made first contact. He came flying in. So Barlow takes the timeout with 5:25 left. You know, it's you get to stop here and go into halftime, trailing 7-0. It's not a bad place to be to start the second half against a very explosive team like Central.
Right, and this was a good timeout. You know, after a turnover, I know that I've seen plenty of times where Coach Pine likes to go for the big play after the turnover. A lot of times here at high school level, the kids have their heads down. They're not really into it. Maybe they were on the sideline thinking they were going to get a long rest, and now they're back out on the field. And so it's a perfect time to go for a big play. So Coach K called this timeout to try to just get his team together and see if they can, like you said, hold them off and keep this 7-0 lead going into half.
Kind of cool seeing the fans and the cheer squad down there. And it was odd coming in. You know, we got baseball behind us at the baseball stadium.
Mm-hmm.
We got football going here, and we're watching basketball for the Final Four. It's just kind of a weird time these days.
Yeah, this is sort of a sport junkie's dream.
Right.
Could be.
Johnson, deep drop, and I think this is an explosive play. He looked it off, going the other direction, and not intended for King, but good discipline there by the Bruins.
Johnson was intended for Jordan King.
Flag out on the play, but you notice how Johnson really tried to look that off. They gave him plenty of time. That front line did a great job giving him plenty of time. He had so much extra time, it gave the lineman time to get down the field too.
He was trying to get down and celebrate. He felt like this was going to be 6. You know, Luke Johnson, he's looking to the left, and all the time he's going to go back to right. But he's trying to move that safety. And that was, like you said earlier, just good discipline right there by the corner. Just kept riding King to the sidelines, and he had no room to make the play.
So 1st and 15. Keeping it on the ground, Grisham. Oh boy, they really shut down that angle really quick. Really no gain there for Grisham.
Bruins are that pursuit drill. You know, that pursuit drill that every team puts in early in the season. It's a conditioning drill and a skill building drill, and you can see those guys are pursuing to the football.
2nd and about 16. Looks like he lost a little bit on that.
I think they're probably going to keep going back to these one-on-one matchups with Jordan King. Eventually something will break.
Nice work by the line, giving him plenty of time just to sit back in there. Hit Koenig. Koenig will be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down.
Luke Johnson's pass is complete to Will Koenig. Reese McKenzie drilled him out of bounds for Barlow.
You know, the Bruins coach is Coach Koenig. And I'm wondering if there's some relation.
Well, just in last name. I don't know if there's more than that. third. Actually, I'm going to give it 3rd and 4, long 4. Johnson Grisham cuts it back. It's the first down. Nice job to protect the football as he goes down at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, nice pickup, nice read. You mentioned it, just cut back. You see that the first hole was closed. He put his foot in the ground and cut back and picked up as many yards as he can. There's at the end of that run, you will see a lot of people trying to spin and try to make something out of nothing. He just protected the ball, got that first down, moved the chains, and took all the yards that he can get.
Johnson fakes to Jackson. Oh, has Williams over the middle, picking his way down to the 10-yard line. Riley Williams, nice pickup there. Boy, he had a lot of room around him, didn't he, James?
Yes, he did. Great execution.
Great execution. Carter Bags with the stop.
Riley is just running that sort of that shallow cross, and Luke put it right in his numbers, right between his numbers. Let the big fella pick up the rest of the yards. Those rack yards, those run after catch yards.
Rack yards, right. So it's 1st and goal. I mean, a lot of these 1st and goals are starting like right around the 10-yard line for the Rams. Oh, great fake. Gavin Jackson takes it down to about the 2-yard line.
Gavin Jackson is hungry. He is trying to get in that end zone. Every time he gets the ball down in this area, he is trying to do everything he can to get into that end zone. He's spinning. He's reaching the ball out. He's crawling. He's trying to do what he can. I love that effort.
Doing the best with your opportunities, right?
Absolutely.
Timeout there by the Bruins. They're going to talk it over. Rams have 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. So a reminder, Rams sports enthusiasts, keep in mind that Central Catholic parents and students, spring sports start Monday, April 5th. If you or your athlete is interested in trying out for a spring sport, all athletic clearance requirements need to be completed and turned in no later than Monday, March 12th. So check out athletic clearance requirements on the Central Catholic website. March 29th, Monday, deadline.
Spring sports. Did you play any spring sports?
I played baseball.
Baseball,
yes. I was a catcher. Yeah.
I love baseball. It's
Did
interesting.
You really?
Yes. Players, kids don't play baseball as much anymore. Little League has been taking a big hit.
With a lot of people play soccer these days.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? What did you play in baseball?
I pitched. I was mostly an infielder, and then I pitched a lot. That was where I was best.
2nd and goal for the Rams. Johnson going to throw it. Little corner route. King stays in bound. Touchdown. Jordan King.
Touchdown, Central Catholic.
Nice catch. He catches the ball twisting around and sort of tiptoes through the tulips, keeps his feet down, inbounds. Nice play. Is that a penalty flag on the backside?
There is a penalty on the play.
You even saw that with your eyes.
There's nothing happening over there. So, I mean, the play was a quick play to the left, so I don't know what could be going on the right side.
Well, from the stance of the official, looks like we're going to be heading east, which is not the direction we want to go. Taking points off again. That's twice that King has had touchdowns taken off the board.
Maybe was it after the play?
Yeah, okay. So he gets all right, so King gets the 6. Sappington will come in for the extra point.
For the point after touchdown.
So the play stands, and then they will kick off 15 yards deeper.
Close snap, able to control it, and it's up and good. And the Rams go up 14-0 with 3 minutes left in the half.
I wonder if the Bruins had an opportunity to choose that penalty on the PAT.
I don't know.
Now that we're going to get to see this leg of Sappington, if he's going to be back 15 yards, if he kicks this ball into the end zone, I'm running down on the field and giving him a high five.
Is that right? All
Absolutely.
right. I don't think you could run that far, but that's good.
Well, I didn't say how fast I would do it, but I'll get down there.
Well, one thing I wanted to say after that touchdown is, how about the line just protecting Johnson all half long? I mean, they've done a fantastic job. I don't really think he's had to scramble once. Just giving him all the time in the world.
Yeah, and everything starts, no matter, you can have the best receivers, you can have a great quarterback, but if you don't have guys up front that can protect him, give that quarterback time, then you're not going to have a successful offense. And you're absolutely right. That offensive line is doing their job, keeping their quarterback upright, keeping his uniform clean.
On the grandstand side, Gavin Dow on the bar hash mark.
So let's see. I'm rooting for Sampton to get into it. He's got a tailwind, so if he gets it up there, it might just carry. I want to see you run down to the field.
You gonna run with me?
I can't do that. There's not enough oxygen. Wait, it's like quiet. You hear a pin drop.
They all want to see this.
There it goes. Could be. No, it's going to be taken at about the 13-yard line. Good coverage there by the Rams. I think we'll give credit there to Sanders on the tackle.
Sanders for the Rams, first down.
And the Bruins with about 2:52 left, and they've got 2 timeouts left.
This is their best starting field position.
That's striking. 1 timeout left. Yep.
If you're going to pass, this might be the down to do it.
I think you're right. Play action. The Rams, they got the 1 deep. Other than that, everyone's pretty much in the box. They keep it on the ground. It just doesn't develop. Nice defense there. I think it was Gibson Coyle on that.
To make the first initial stop, yes, but you'll get tired calling out all those numbers that were there.
Right,
making
exactly.
that tackle. We'd have to call a timeout because everybody was there. That was, again, great pursuit. I think they are ready for that quick run by the quarterback, sort of that direct snap to the wide side.
To the wide side. So 2nd and 10, the Bruins are being very deliberate now. You get a sense that they're really not in a hurry to try to get points on the board. Well, they call timeout to stop the clock, so I might be wrong. So they'll call timeout. That'll be the last timeout with 2 minutes left. So things shaping up for this abbreviated season. We got Grant next week. Grant's a good team. And then we got Clackamas the week after that. Again, a league rival.
Yeah, those are good teams. Those are some of the top teams that are at the 6A level. And there's one thing about the Rams. They try to find the best opponents to play.
Mm-hmm.
They don't shy away from playing anybody, and that's, again, a tribute to just the culture and Coach Pine and how they run their program.
Clackamas is turning into quite a rivalry in league. Then we got the Jesuit, but we also got Clackamas. That's those are always good games. So Baggs will hand it off. Pickup of about 5. as Baum
Riley Baum with
gets
the
out to
ball.
the 35 and timeout there by the Rams.
Yeah, they're seeing that the situation here is 3rd and 5.
King with the tackle.
They have an opportunity to get the ball back and try to do some damage, so they're going to force the Bruins' hand here.
So that gives them, so they still have 2 timeouts left. So even if when they get the stop here, assuming they get the stop, they'll stop the clock. They'll have
Central Catholic parents and students.
a minute and a half to do some work.
Monday, April 5th.
And we've seen plenty of times before, they don't need that whole minute and a half.
Sometimes they don't need the half either.
All athletic
Like
clearance requirements need to
8
be
seconds.
completed and turned in no
So the
later
Bruins
than
here are in a
7
tough
days.
situation. If you pass and it's incomplete, you stop the clock. You don't force the Rams to use a timeout. But if you run the ball, you may not pick up the yardage. Let's see which route they take.
Yeah, handoff. Handoff for enough for the first down. And really grinding ahead for the first down is Andrew Collins.
Andrew Collins in the
And
line.
now
tripped
looks
up
like the
by
Bruins are going to hurry up a
That's
little
good for
bit.
Barlow, first down.
Well, the reverse there. Well, it gets out of bounds. Will stop the clock. So with no timeouts, the Bruins are able to stop the clock. They get down to about the 38-yard line. Nice running there by,
First down.
looks like Baum. Still got the 41-yard line, 1:16 left.
Nice play design. Perfect time to run it as well. You know that the Rams are going to be pursuing hard, and they were able to work that reverse for a good pickup.
Play action. Looking for it. Actually does get it off. Coming back. Ooh, nearly intercepted. I think that was Grisham regretting not being able to haul that in.
And King and Strider.
Stops the clock. 1:06, 2nd and 10 for the Bruins.
Pass by Ethan Jones was
So
intended.
they
for
will
Riley
try to
Baum.
pass that ball, try to sneak it in there every now and then. You know what I noticed, Steve?
I don't know where this is going. What'd you notice?
Nobody has any hot dogs or popcorn.
I know, it's terrible.
I'm starving.
Well, if you weren't on the golf course till the last minute, you might have been able to stop and get something on the way in.
I can't tell you.
Ooh,
anything.
actually, broken play, but able to get the handoff. Rams quickly up there to shut that down.
Wife, if you're listening, by golf course, he means meeting at work.
Jake Fay with the rush.
Shell on the stop. I cannot backpedal out of that one. So, anyway, let's see. So that's 38 seconds left. 3rd and 7 for the Bruins.
This would be a passing down. It looks like they're. And let's see how they work this.
Jones rolls with the right. Lets it go. Goes out of bounds. Flag comes out.
Pass by Ethan Jones was intended for.
It looks like that's going to be a late hit on Imarion Winston. You know, he's chasing after the quarterback, and for a lineman, a linebacker, anybody that gets that close to the quarterback and they throw it away at the last minute, you just feel like you owe him just a little bit, just to push him a little bit. Let him know that we're playing tackle football.
Yeah, and I was here breathing down your neck, right?
Right.
And it backfires. 10 seconds left. The Bruins will get another opportunity, maybe one play, take a shot at the end zone. March the ball down inside the 25-yard line.
Those are some giant steps that referee is counting. That might have been a 25-yard penalty. Jiminy Christmas carols.
right, a little excitement here to end the quarter. See what the Bruins can draw up here. Rolling right again is Jones. Gets some pressure. Stays on his. The ball comes out and goes down. So, and that'll get us to the end of the half. Rams up 14-0. It wasn't a spectacular half by any measure, but nonetheless, if you're going into halftime 14-0, you're doing what you need to do to get the job done.
Indeed.
And so, talking about getting the job done, right? How about the folks at Oregon Sports Beat, right? They're producing. We've got Jim over there producing. Give a thumbs up. We got Justin on the camera. You know, we got some good folks out there helping us bring Ram TV to you. So what we're going to do is we are going to kind of sign off for about 10 minutes or so. We'll come back. Chuck Blickel's got stats for us that we'll be able to read off to you, and then we'll get the second half started against the Barlow Bruins and the Central Catholic Rams.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Central Catholic Varsity Song Leaders.
we're locked out. What are we gonna do? It's
You can't go through
I
that.
can't go through that. That's like, uh-oh.
Oh, I'm telling.
Well, I heard Jack had a cow about the prices.
Well, there you are. He was looking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, stop talking about the downs on the board.
Well, keep up on them then.
Oopsie.
When it says first down up there and it's third down down
his ACL in that game. That dude, it takes a year. Sandy is beating Reynolds 12-0.
What?
They
No, I
did it.
want
Hey,
him to beat
well,
Reynolds.
it's on Pioneer TV.
I don't want Reynolds. I don't want to play Reynolds. Not at all.
Dude, that is hilarious. Hey, Mike. Sandy's beating Reynolds.
So it looks like we are back, James, back to start the second half. Again, Ram TV coming to you from Hillsborough Stadium. After one half of play, the Rams up 14-0.
Yeah.
Kind of counting things down a little bit before the second half starts. And if you didn't join us for the first half, it was kind of a little bit lackluster, for lack of a better word, James. The Rams clearly up 14-0. But they really started to get the offense going. The Bruins were, very tough on the defensive end, even with a goal line stop. And they really kind of controlled the tempo with their offensive just running game. They ran most of the second half.
Yeah, yes, they did. They ran the ball and just kept control of the ball and sort of slowed the game down. This would be a win for the Barlow Bruins, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly you would love to be ahead on the scoreboard. That's no question. But considering the situation and considering the team that you're playing against, you're only down 14 points. You're still within striking distance. I think the Bruins are okay with where they are right now.
Right, exactly. The Rams coming in tonight, outscoring their opponents 76-6. And, not really putting the points on like they did the previous two games, and the defense and the Bruins really being able to control that explosive offense. I have some stats here. Chuck Blickel doing the stats tonight. He's 2 doors down in the stats because we're COVID compliant here. So for Central Catholic, for the first half, 29 yards on 7 carries. A lot of passing going on. 130 yards on 11 for 18 passing, most of which was Johnson. Let's see, total offense 159 yards in the half. One thing that Chuck pointed out, which was interesting, 4 penalties for 25 yards, one of which resulted in a King touchdown being brought back. Mm-hmm. And then for the Bruins, 94 yards on 16 carries. Again, heavy on the run game. They did pass 7 times for 7 yards. They did fumble once, turnover there. Total offense 101 yards for the Bruins, 2 penalties for 25 yards.
All those numbers equal
14-0.
14-0.
Exactly.
And a slowed down first half. Some of us football junkies, you like some grind them out football games, but
exactly. And it is a grind out game. But when you're showing up to a Rams game, Central Catholic Rams game, it's like you're waiting for fireworks sometimes.
Yeah. Parents who have not been able to watch the games all year long, they're finally allowed in the stadium, a few of them. And, they're ready to get up and cheer and make some noise. And not like they're not, but, you grow accustomed to a certain style of football.
It's pent-up enthusiasm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pent-up enthusiasm. They want to get some of that out. So I think we do too as well. But there's some exciting plays. With King with the touchdown down here to our left on a pass play, nice and patient was Johnson to let him get open. So there's been times to cheer for sure.
Absolutely, and Luke Johnson is looking good again. He's able to find the open receivers. I've seen him go through a few progressions and find a secondary receiver. I think the future is bright for Luke Johnson.
We got Crew Newman got some reps in as well, and then kind of a wildcat action there with Williams coming in and doing that. Williams 6'6", 220, so it's kind of neat to see him get some momentum around the edge or around the corners there.
So wait a minute. Williams is 6'6", and what was 6'6"?
Williams
220. And Luke Johnson is 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan King is 6'4".
Yeah, so they got half the basketball team right there.
Jiminy Christmas carols. Mm-hmm. Those guys are huge.
I think Coach Blue might be excited if they came out for the team there.
Yes, indeed. You can't teach height.
No, you can't.
You know, as a basketball coach, I've been trying to teach height for years, and it hasn't worked out for me.
Yeah. So, and you also have kind of an abbreviated off-season, kind of weird timing. When do you start your basketball season?
Basketball season is season 3, as they're calling it, and it starts May 10th. And what's interesting is that it will run through June, through the end of June, and school will be out, and we will still be playing basketball games. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. A lot of kids go on vacation and whatnot.
Right.
So we'll see how that all.
And the gyms tend to get hot in the summertime.
Right.
Getting ready for kickoff here. Xavier Simpson back along with, I want to say Zach Grisham. It is. So we get ready to start the second half. Kind of a short kick. It'll bounce. And able to get up. Nice job there by Simpson. Oh, boy, he finds a seam. He kicks it out. He could go to the 50. Try to shoelace. Oh, and just enough to slow him down. Boy, he just kind of tiptoed his way out to that sideline and took off. How about that run there?
What a nice run right there, Xavier Simpson. Man, he picked the ball up, and you see him just sort of picking his spots, picking and choosing, trying to find a lane. And a guy with that type of speed, that type of wiggle in him, all he needs is a little bit of crease, and that's what he took for a big game.
Well, that's kind of the excitement that you need, but there's a flag back at the 30. Nothing kills the excitement quite like a flag on a big return. So we'll be bringing that back.
Wow. These penalties, I know the coaching staff is not going to be happy with these penalties. And some of these penalties, and I can't say I actually saw this one, but some of those penalties that have been are just sort of pointless because the play is already over or the runner has already broken through.
Mm-hmm. It's away from you, right? So Gavin Jackson now in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson's going to pass. Gets the pressure. Usually doesn't see that. Wow, it kind of threaded the needle there. Flag comes in. Late flag, really, as Zach Grisham seemed to be covered pretty well, but referees will think otherwise.
Johnson's pass was intended for Zach.
That's really the first time Johnson's been flushed out of the pocket.
Yeah, and the lineman that was chasing him sort of gave up and started talking to the referee because he felt like he was getting held. And he just sort of stopped pursuing, and he wanted to have a conversation with the referee. I've never seen that work in a player's favor.
Mid-play, right? They usually don't change their call.
Yeah.
They'll move after the penalty, they move the ball out to the 36-yard line.
But the 2 times that we have seen Luke Johnson flushed out, he's been able to throw that ball, in through the nice window and give his receiver an opportunity to catch the ball on the run.
Yeah, another rush up the middle. Pressure from behind. He gets it away. Oh, great comeback. Jordan King had to come back for that. He's going up the sidelines. And they stepped out of bounds up the 28.
Complete to Jordan King, pushed out of bounds by Gavin Dow.
Nice play. Again, Luke Johnson back there. There was a little bit of rush right there. He just sort of stepped up in the middle of the pocket and delivered a strike.
Good composure there.
Great composure. Again, I'm really impressed with Jordan King catching the ball with his hands. He keeps the ball away from his body and is able to just pull the ball in like you've been taught.
Screen pass over here to Grisham. Not a bad play. Good for a few there.
Just trying to get the ball in the hands of Grisham and let him make a play. That's like an extended run. Just a quick little screen, little bubble, and see if he can move the crowd and pick up some yardage.
Spreads that defense out, too, when you get them stretching out that far.
Indeed.
Rush comes. Flag comes out. Intended for Williams.
There is a company flag on the play.
I think the Rams, they've seen a matchup that they really liked right there. Luke Johnson, he was looking for Riley Williams the whole way.
Right.
There was nothing that was going to deter him from throwing that ball towards Riley Williams.
You know, I didn't see Williams, but, you know, the way the play developed, you wonder if it was kind of one of those check and go, you know.
Yeah,
The reason for the holding. Yeah.
Right, one of those double routes.
Oh, handoff inside and not there for Jackson. Be loss of a couple.
Gavin Jackson for the Rams, brought down by Carson Jensen.
Carson Jensen for the Bruins, man, he was in that backfield in a hurry. It's almost like he started in the backfield. They
Exactly.
need to rewind that tape. Maybe he was on this side of the ball before the ball was snapped.
That was a TFL for 5. Tackle for loss for 5. We haven't seen that. I don't think we've seen that really all night long.
No. You don't see that very often.
Johnson to Grisham. Picks up 10, so closes the distance. It'll be 3rd down for the Rams. Rams threatening here.
Gets those yards back that they lost for that
Johnson's pass
TFL.
Zach Grisham, Reese McKenzie with the stop. 3rd down.
Need to get Ridgeway in the action tonight. A lot of Grisham, a lot of King. Johnson gets it away. Incomplete. Otherwise, would have had a sack there. You know, credit to the Bruins. They're getting some penetration now where they weren't able to do that in the first half.
Right. You know, we've talked a lot about adjustments and coaches going in at halftime and making adjustments, and it looks like they have made an emphasis on getting pressure and not allowing Johnson to just stand in the pocket and pick his receiver. And as you can see, it's causing a little problem.
4th and 6. This would be a big deal for the Bruins if they're able to turn it over on downs.
I see a matchup problem.
Inside, no flag, incomplete. Intended for King. And the Rams turn it over on downs, keeping the Bruins in the game.
Luke Johnson's pass was intended for Jordan King.
I tell you what, the Bruins coaching staff, they may not be as excited about their offense in today's game, but they can't be too mad at their defense. Their defense has stood up quite a few times in this first half and then here early in the 3rd quarter.
Screen pass out to the right. Well covered there by the Rams.
Just a quick little play. Their first play in this
Carter Baggs with the ball for
3rd
Barlow.
quarter, a pass to sort of loosen up the defense a little bit, make people think that maybe they're going to start passing this half. Not I.
Not I. No, you know they're going back to the run. That was just to keep the Rams honest.
Right, you
got to throw it in every now and then. So 2nd and 9.
And you can't throw when it's automatic throwing down. You know, you have to mix it up and keep them off balance a little bit.
Fay gets it off the left side, still on his feet.
Jake Fay with
Nice
the
job
carry.
there. There's Gibson Coyle on the tackle.
Gibson Coyle, the lead tackler.
But still not a bad run. 3rd and 1 for the Bruins.
This is a big play for the Bruins right now. It may seem insignificant to some people, but after a goal line stance, 3rd and short, even just to get the first down on this drive, that's a big. It could be a big momentum boost for the Bruins.
Look at the sidelines. I mean, look at there's nobody deep. Everyone in the box. Little play action could. No, they'll just go up the middle. It'll be Fay, and he may have squeaked enough out for a first down.
With the rush.
And they'll give him the first down. So just kind of keeping that grind going. You know, you talked about, I think you talked about an earlier game with the Bruins. Who was it against? It was Jefferson, where they just kind of kept in the game and closed it out at the end, huh?
That's exactly right. You know, they stay true to what they do. Sometimes you just you don't change what you do. You just do what you do better, and that's what they've done. They just stay true to the run, and they slowly but surely wore Jefferson down, and that's what they're going to try to do here with the Rams.
Pitch to the right, got blockers out ahead. I think Grisham coming up, making a nice solo tackle. It looked like he had a little bit of running room, but Grisham shut that down.
Yeah, he filled that hole. Sometimes the holes look like, wow, that's a big hole. But then when you have somebody pursuing like Grisham, those holes close quickly, as it did in that play right there.
Is that Fay on the carry again? No, not Fay.
With the rush. It's third down.
Reese McKenzie, you know, they keep trading these backs, but they sort of have that same build, and so it's kind of difficult to tell them apart.
It's 3rd and 4 for the Bruins. Going to go with the pass. Has to step up. Finds a seam. Enough for the first down. Slides down at the 35. And the drive continues for the Bruins.
First down yardage.
You know, drop back, and I'm not sure that wasn't a quarterback draw, a designed run, but in any case, nice decision. And all you need to do is get 4 or 5 to move the chains, and that's what the Bruins are doing.
This is almost turning into a workman-like fashion as they just slowly grind the yards down the field. Oh, big hit coming across. Coming in, Sanders coming in, kind of really laying the wood on that one.
Coming in and hot. Yes, he was. He had bad intentions with that. It was like he was just tired of them running. You know what? I'm tired of this. And he came from across the field to make that tackle.
Bruins pick up 4. McKenzie. There we go. Rams stiffening up a little bit there.
Steve, you gave me a paper with blurry words on it.
Right. I gave you the blurry paper, but I kept the one that was clear. I do have a set of glasses if you want to use those.
Oh, yeah, I have my glasses right here.
J.P. Gorger, the lead tackler.
You know, I think I'm going to start a petition. The regular size font should always be 24.
From now on,
From
exactly.
now on.
Exactly. That's a reasonable accommodation, I think. Boy, another big hole. Enough for a first down. Sanders on the stop, but not after the Bruins are able to get a first down out to about the 49-yard line.
The Bruins have made their living on 3rd down on this drive. You know, the Rams have done a great job on the early downs, but on 3rd down and 4th down, the Bruins have been able to win that battle. And a good defense continues to win the 3rd down battle. And right now, the Bruins are getting the best of the Rams on this drive.
Drive started with the turnover on downs inside the, I think it was about the 15-yard line. Oh, nice effort there.
Jack.
What do we got there? Yeah, that was great penetration, Jack Brown. Yeah.
Jones sacked on the play by Jack Brown.
That's kind of the play we needed, kind of that, hey, wait a minute, you're not just going to keep driving down on us. We got something to say about this.
Exactly. Take him down, Jack Brown. He got through that line right there. And again, first down, they've, the defense has stood up. It's these late downs that they have to continue that.
A little wildcat there. Good stiffening up there by the Rams. That was McKenzie on the carry.
For Barlow. Zach Grisham got there first for Central Catholic.
Wholesale changes here, too. This is how you can change the momentum. This is how you can get stops here on defense by platooning in fresh bodies. When teams are able to methodically just move the ball down the field or take these long drives, players get tired, in particular kids. And so if you're able to refresh them, pull them in and out,
change it out a little bit, change it up
Exactly.
too, because of the offensive line. If they got somebody new in front of them, makes them have to reconsider their approach.
Exactly.
Hand off inside. So on 3rd and long, they keep it on the ground.
Andrew Collins with the carry.
Their 3rd and long play is a fullback dive.
Right. In most schemes, that's not the case, but in this scheme, it is. A 3rd and 11.
With the tackle. 4th down.
Now, this is one of those plays where, as a defense, you have to stay disciplined. Lane integrity is 4th and 11. Pretty much everything in the playbook of Barlow is at there,
Right.
is available to them right now. A reverse early in the first half was a big play for them. It's play action.
And watch the snap. I mean, you can turn this
right.
into 4th and 6 with a hard count.
There was some misdirection going to take place right there.
Something was going to go on.
And they haven't been punting the ball very well. Again, 14-0, 14-point deficit. Typically, and your defense is playing as well as they would. Defense, typically you might punt this ball and just play the game of field position. But the punter has not been able to get great punts in today. So that probably goes into the thinking of Coach K.
Right. Well, maybe with this 5 yards tacked on, maybe it's punt time. You got the wind at your back, pretty strong wind. I mean, you're at your own 43. 4th and 18. I mean, do you pooch kick it?
Well, you've been pooch kicking.
Boy, he's under center.
Oh, yeah, they're going for
So
it.
this is going to be kind of trickeration probably.
Oh, my.
Another flag comes out.
Going on a quick count, but guys aren't set, and these referees aren't missing anything. Now we'll see the punt team.
Yeah, they conceded. Okay, we'll punt.
Now, 4th and 18, we're going for it.
Yeah.
4th and 23, no.
Well, that's the cutoff, right?
Yeah. The line of demarcation is 22.
Oh, that's funny. So Strider, Todd Fields back for the Rams.
Strider Todd Fields is the safety for the Rams.
A little better kick there. He's got to run backwards a bit. Takes a bounce. Oh, boy. And wow, talk about a roll. That was a nice roll all the way down to the 9-yard line.
That worked out perfectly for them, just the way they wanted it. We
Right.
talked about the game of field position, but the punter had not been kicking very well. That was a great punt, and now they've gotten the Rams backed up into their own, up against their own goal line.
Unbelievable.
There's just not a lot of energy right now when you look at the Rams sideline. I would imagine that they were expecting to be playing better or to be doing more as far as putting more points on the board. But at the same time, even though it's not a lot of energy, there's still a lot of talent. And that talent can explode at any time.
Grisham off the left side. Nice healthy game. Pickup of 6. So not to jinx the Rams, but no fumbles tonight, right? I think we had 1 interception, but no fumbles. So good ball control there.
Mm-hmm. Now, just in case something happens, I want everyone to remember that was not James who said that.
You know, you don't want to do that, but you do want to point out good play. Johnson looking deep, trying to find King. And that was picked off. Picked off there by
Johnson was intended for Jordan King, intercepted.
Let's see.
For Barlow by Carter Bags.
Carter Bags.
Yeah, Bags with the interception. So, you know, you get a nice punt out of the Bruins, and then you get the long throw with the interception, and they're kind of right back where they were 2 plays ago.
Right. At least it wasn't a fumble.
To a certain degree. You're right, James. Thanks.
That was, again, they're trying for the chunk play. I don't fault them at all for throwing that ball deep, trying to get the ball in the hands of Jordan King. It was just a little bit underthrown and
double coverage. You know, they're not going to give King a lot of room. Oh, they come with a big play, looking to pass. And that might have been a design quarterback keeper, too, because it didn't look like the ball pops out there.
Ethan Jones with the
I didn't get a sense that Jones really intended to throw that thing.
No, it looked like he was just giving his receivers an opportunity to get downfield, sort of take the defense with him, and then run back here on this backside. The Rams sideline is really upset because of a late block that knocked one of their players into the onto the sideline, and it was not called. I think the referees just sort of stopped looking that direction. But that's the type of stuff you have to see. You got to protect the players.
Absolutely. So, James, we just put a quarter in the books, and not much change on the scoreboard other than the clock. Rams still leading 14-0 against the Bruins. And, the third quarter, interception, a lot of running by the Bruins, kind of reminiscent of the first half. And that Bruins defense really doing a nice job to kind of contain an explosive Rams offense.
Right. Right, indeed. And, and you say it a lot of giving credit where credit is due. At the same time, we talk a lot about the Rams offense, but at the end of the third quarter, I mean, the Bruins still have 0.
Still 0. Yeah.
So this Rams defense is doing their job as well. Just want to make sure that we recognize that because they're doing a great job of keeping Barlow in front of them and not too many big plays. And although they may not have scored as much on offense, but they have held their end up and not let Barlow score. And I think
they've only allowed 6 points in 2 games. That's I think that's an average of 3 per game if my math is right.
So
that's pretty good.
You're getting good at that math.
I'm working on it. Fake the reverse. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to stop talking.
All right.
Carter
Bags on the touchdown, and just as we're talking about the strength of the Rams defense thus far in the game, they let one get away from them as the Bruins are able to put up 6 as we enter the fourth quarter.
They got to that outside again earlier in the game. We saw this play, this set, sort of just a direct snap, sprint out, and Carter Bags was able to beat to win that race to the corner. Turned it upfield and turned it into a big gain for a touchdown.
Right. Big PAT, and it goes through. And the Bruins are 1 score away from tying this up.
The Rams, 14.
We have ourselves a good football game.
It's competitive, right?
It's a competitive football game. It just depends on the type of game that you wanted to see. If you wanted to see a lot of high scoring and a lot of long plays and big plays, this isn't that. But if you wanted to just see good sort of slobber knocking football,
that's slobber knocking is what we're getting.
This is what we're getting.
Under athletic clearance.
For those of us who sort of love and enjoy the strategy of the game, then this is the type of game you want to see. And for the Rams, you know, you always want to win games anyway, obviously. Hello, Captain Obvious. But sometimes as a coach, you want to see your players in different sets of adversity.
Yeah,
And
different situations.
Different situations, right? You've had the blowout. By all accounts, you had 2 big wins. But now let's see. Let's see all the things that we've been working on. Let's see the character of our guys. And let's see how they respond.
Zach Grisham is deep
Absolutely.
for the Rams on the far
Grisham
side.
and Simpson back for the Rams.
Simpson on the grandstand hash.
And kicking into the wind, any type of height, and one of these speedsters can get underneath it and have some momentum. Actually trying to find a football. This is like play yard. Hey,
Has anybody seen the football?
where's the ball?
Tell you what, if my dog Nala was here, she would have the ball. And you're not going to get that ball back from her.
See, that's the problem with kind of the COVID environment is typically you have like 16 kids behind the goalpost shagging. No, they can't be here. So, you know.
So imagine that. The referees have to get the ball themselves. Xavier Simpson.
Get up, looking for a seam. Some footwork there, but the Bruins are able to wrap them up at about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Rams will take over, really trying to create some separation here with 11:41, trying to build that cushion.
This is a character-building drive right here. Let's see how the players respond. And I'm sure the coaches are clearly they're coaching them up. They want to see how they respond as well, as much as I do.
First down Rams. First down Central Catholic.
Yeah, you almost, you know, how do you approach this? I mean, a lot of passing. You know, you just kind of keep it on the ground and kind of grind it out, or you just keep playing like you've been playing.
You keep playing Ram football, and that's throwing that ball, getting a lot of different people involved.
And there you go. Going to air it out. Kind of splitting the difference. Not exactly sure who that was intended for.
There's another flag on the play.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
This is sort of like a parade with all these flags.
Oh, exactly.
It's like the Junior Rose Parade.
Let's see what we got here.
Nelson receiver downfield. Number 7.
So that'll back them up 5.
5-yard penalty. Complete first down.
So another ineligible man downfield. I think they're really just trying to sustain their block.
And they're really doing a nice job. I mean, the third quarter, they got some penetration, but they seem to recover from that. Christian, ball's on the ground. Nice job of Johnson to cover that up. Bring up second down and about 20.
Johnson covers the fumble on the play. Second down.
Not a good exchange there between Johnson and Grisham.
No, I think they both were sort of reading the defense on the exchange, you know, and got their head up trying to see what move they're going to make.
Once they get it or keep it.
Right.
Yep. And a false start there, so I'll back them up a little bit more. Struggling to get in sync here in the second half.
I'm never going to get anything to eat if they keep blowing this whistle and throwing flags.
Gonna have blood sugar bumps. Got some hand sanitizer here.
They keep backing up, and they're putting themselves in a deeper and deeper hole. It's not where you want to go. This is not the direction you want to go in this situation.
Okay, good protection there. Johnson over the middle. Oh, had a man. Overthrew Strider Todd Fields. We had a little bit of separation.
Yes, that was a nice route, and like you said, it just sort of sailed on him.
And got some tailwinds here at Hillsborough Stadium tonight. Yeah, looking at third and probably over 25 yards. Good time for a screen pass. Grisham out here in the flat. Struggling for a few extra yards. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Closes the distance, but it's going to be 4th and probably 13.
Pass complete to Zach Grisham.
Is this the first punt of the day for him?
I'm thinking it's the first punt of the night.
Gavin Dow and Andrew Collins, the tacklers for Barlow.
Sappington in to punt. And for the Bruins, it's McKenzie back.
And it's a Sappington and punt formation. Reese McKenzie is the safety for Barlow.
High kick, it'll bounce about the 48 and roll out of bounds inside Bruin territory at the 48, and that's where the Bruins will take over. And, you know, you think at this point, James, a little bit of pressure here. You know, 1 score down, 9 minutes left, and Bruins are grinding.
Bruins are grinding, exactly. They have that momentum that we talk so much about, and right now they're feeling real good about where they are. They're able to move the ball on the run, and that's what they want to do. And they have not strayed away from that, no matter the situation, no matter the down, the distance.
Right.
They have stayed true to Bruin football, and they're feeling real good. The line, you can see the line has a little bit more pep in their step right now. The Rams need a big play early.
Just a keeper there.
Ooh.
By Jones. Nice tackle there. You know who that was, right?
Absolutely.
That was Mr. Winston, right?
He does. Man, he just reached out there with that big claw and just pulled him down. That was a big-time play. If he doesn't make that play, there's room or on that edge.
Yeah, you can kind of see that develop, right?
Yes. And again, I give him credit for that, because some players would not try to extend their body like that and just try to make the play as normal, but he went all out to make that play. Those are winning plays right there.
And we'll take it the other way with the keeper. Oh, nice job there. Again, coming up to make things was Sanders. And it was Carter Baggs on the carry.
It's 3rd down.
Coming up quick to make the tackle, 3rd and 5. And, you know, the Bruins had some success on 3rd downs. Let's see if the Rams can kind of slow that down a bit.
Great tackle right there by Solon Sanders. You know, he came again across the field to make that tackle. And if he doesn't make that tackle, he's like the last line of defense right there. Coming from that safety position, if he doesn't make that tackle, then we could be looking at a different score right now.
Flag comes out. Jones on the rare pass hits his receiver all the way down to the 1 yard line. Don't think he got it in, but there's a flag in the backfield. We'll have to see what that is.
I can tell you what that is. That was holding right there in front of the Whitecap, and he saw it. He took his time pulling his flag out.
Very deliberately, I'll set this right here.
Deliberately, right. Jacob Smith was in, putting pressure on the quarterback, and his the lineman just sort of grabbed him. It was like, you know what, you're either going to sack my quarterback or I'm going to hold you, and they may not call it, and they actually saw that.
They saw that.
Yeah, Jacob Smith pointed it out immediately.
And nullifies about a 50-yard pass that would have put the Bruins in scoring position on the goal line there. So big break for the Rams, the holding call.
And they snuck that pass play in. Man, I know they're not happy with that hold right there. But again, at some point, you realize that play would not have happened had he not held.
So they go right back up the middle, running. as one would
And
expect.
Collins with the ball for
That was
the
Andrew
Bruins.
Collins.
Jack Benison, the tackler for the Rams.
And Benison there on the tackle.
Running.
3rd and 15.
Is it 4th down there?
Excuse me, 4th and 15,
Oh.
which is, now they punt. So,
Yeah, they're taking their chances again on this field position game, and their defense has been playing well. So
For Central Catholic.
right,
I would think this is the right decision.
I agree with you. Todd Fields back for the Rams. Low line drive kick. Takes a bounce. Boy, nice field. Almost like a second baseman able to haul that in. Boy, find a little crease up the sidelines. Probably 6 inches along the sidelines and gets out to the 41-yard line. So 7 minutes left. Rams up by 7.
It looked like there was a lot of room on that sideline, but he found it, just sort of
Squeak down.
squeaked back. Yeah, that's the young feet, those wide feet that someone else has.
Someone else. Platform.
You might not have been able to make it down that sideline.
Guarantee you that. Johnson and Grisham back there. Yeah, Grisham. Yeah, good run there. Nice solid run. Picks up about 7.
Yes,
He's
and
fired up.
He's fired up, and he's trying to get everybody fired up with him. You need that type of energy right now.
And Gavin Dow.
5 yards. What is that? No, that looks like a 7-yard gain. That's big for first down. Again, it opens up your playbook.
Let's go back to it. Big hole. Great work there by that Ram line. That hole was
Zach Grisham with
massive.
yardage for the Rams. Dakota Pilster made the stop for the Bruins.
Yeah, and he's fired up. He's done those guys. Great job. Keep it up.
They may have found something along that left side. Like you said, those 2 holes right there were massive.
That's just moving bodies. And a pass. King with his hands on the ball. Nice tackle there. So they faked to Grisham, which is a good fake considering those last 2 successful plays. And able to get King for an 8-yard gain.
Perfect time, perfect example of when to use that play action. You had to establish the run on the first 2 downs. Conventional wisdom say they may just start running the ball to use up clock. Use that play action to perfection.
One hopper over to Koenig. Yeah, he wanted that. He hadn't got a lot of looks tonight, so he really wanted that.
Yeah, and that's smart. Maybe the referees didn't see the ball hit the ground. If you just stand there with your hands out, then they recognize, the ball hit the ground. Hey, you might have been able to fool them. The one ref has that mask all the way up over his eyes, so he might not have saw that.
Up over his eyes. Timeout there, called by the Rams. Lori Yeager stepping into the booth, making sure we're in tip-top shape.
Tip-top shape.
Yep. Interesting game, huh, Laura? Very interesting game to see how it's kind of developing.
Spectators or fans are allowed on the field during.
Laura doesn't have any hot dog or popcorn in her pocket.
No food.
Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the rest of tonight's game.
Rams are grouping through 3rd and about 1. 5:26 left. Based on the Bruins, not a great passing game. If the Rams come down and score, that 14-point deficit for the Bruins might be insurmountable with under 4 minutes left.
Right. Again, playing from behind does not bode well for the Bruins when you're playing from behind from a big lead. This is 3rd and short. Is this the down? You imagine it's 4 down territory. Is this the play that you go deep? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you just go ahead and try to pick it up?
Try to pick it up, but not going to get it, going to lose. That's a TFL there for the Bruins. Jackson stopped for a loss. Timeout there, actually called by the Bruins. They're going to stop the clock, so they're.
Tackled by Camden Doring.
So the Bruins call timeout, stop the clock. 5:17 left. Bring up, what do you call, 4th down? What are we looking at, 3? So a big play here for the Rams to kind of keep that drive going.
And that was one of those times where the timeout actually, again, that when you're this deep in the game and the game has been won or lost in the trenches for the most part, that timeout right there gave the Bruins a little bit of time to just sort of gather themselves, get their legs, and you can see the type of pressure that when you're fresh that you can make.
Right, and you can level set with the guys. Look, guys, we get the stop here. We're still in this thing, right?
I'm throwing the ball to Jordan King.
Okay, well, I knew that. I think you got a bumper sticker that says, throw to Jordan King. And it's covering up the one that said, throw to Star.
Throw to Silas Star, right.
And, well, you know what? All right. We'll start selling those bumper stickers.
Right now.
First down for the Rams. Great little comeback route there. And
Pass by Luke
Johnson to King, and I almost said Star. Johnson to King.
You're fortunate enough to have one of the best players in the state on your team. And when you're in those situations, you look for the guys that can make plays. And he's definitely one of those playmakers.
Clutch play there. Rams keep the drive alive, and clock continued to run against these Bruins. Now it's a clock management game. Handoff inside to Jackson.
Gavin Jackson with the rush. Andrew Collins made the tackle.
Getting our marching orders from the boss right now. He's 2nd and 9. Johnson, ooh, a little bit behind King on that pass.
Johnson's pass incomplete, intended for Jordan King.
Tried to reach back and make a one-handed Odell Beckham type catch right there. Now that would have been something special.
But how about keeping with the running game? You got they're just going with the pass. They like what they see with the pass, and they're sticking to it. Be 3rd and 9, 4 minutes left.
Maybe they'll try the little bubble screen again.
This time Johnson's got to run. Going to have a hard time getting his shoulders around a pass, but gets around the corner, slides out of bounds. It's going to depend where they spot it. And it looks like they got it by a nose.
The big fella.
Boy, running for his life. And the pursuit wouldn't allow him to get his shoulders around to throw the ball, so it was all run once he started.
And he shows some mobility right there.
Certainly.
You don't have to be fast. Being fast and mobile are two different things. Can you move the chains when needed? Can you get yourself out of trouble?
This is going to be they're going to measure this.
I haven't seen a measurement in high school football in a
long time. That's a long way. That's a good 40-yard jog. How wide is that field again? That's almost all the way across the field. That for one of those guys who holding the flags. It's like, hey, I don't know if I signed up for this long run.
They told me
I can go side to side, but I got to go across.
They didn't tell me about this. They said, can you hold the chains?
Right.
They didn't say run with the chains.
So the Rams able to get
That's the Central Catholic first down.
a first down by the nose of the football.
And by the feet of Luke Johnson.
Absolutely.
We've seen him do it with his hand, with his arm, and now we've seen him move the chains with his feet. Now I think you'll start to see a little bit more of that run game.
Mm-hmm. So timeouts left. The Rams have 2, as do the Bruins. Those should come into play if the Bruins are able to get some stops. Jackson, nice run up the middle. Grinds out about 5.
Gavin Jackson with the rush for Central Catholic.
Be second down.
Jackson Kane, the lead tackler for Barlow.
Barlow at some point is going to have to start trying to figure out if they're going to start using their timeouts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can see that the Rams are just really just being deliberate and just milking that clock.
Waiting for the official to raise his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Jackson over the left side has a crease, trying to drive, gets to the pylon, it gets in. Hard running. That was just hard running by Gavin Jackson.
That was that hunger that we talked about earlier. He is hungry to get into that end zone. And there was a collision at like the 2 or 3, and he just carried the defender into the end zone with him. And you got to give credit to those linemen too. They were out on the pulling. They came out and pulled and were picking up blocks all the way down the field. That was nice. Great execution.
Great execution. I got to give credit, number 67. You talked about the lineman. First name, may get wrong, Mayali Jones.
I think it's Mael.
Mael Jones. He came over, picked up a Bruin defender, helped him up, pat on the back, and that's just a class act there, you know. Great sportsmanship. So call out for that. Rams go up 21-7 in the fourth quarter with 2:45 left. Okay, now we can breathe a little bit easier, but it took us to get to 2:45 left in this game to feel like, okay, we might be in a good spot where we have a good chance of winning. The Bruins have kept it close all night long up to this point. Credit to the Rams, just, you know, hanging in there, overcoming the adversity like you talked about earlier. What kind of character are we going to build out of this? They built some character, so nice job there.
Yeah, that's just bend, don't break, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's always highs and lows in all levels of sports, but in high school football and high school athletics, there's going to be probably more highs and lows than in anything else. So you just got to be able to weather the storm. They showed some bend, but like we said, they did not break, and here they are, put themselves in a great position to get this W.
But stranger things have happened with 2:45 left. You know, you get a kickoff return, something weird like that, onside kick, and it's a game changer. So I'm going to keep my powder dry a little bit, but it's looking good right about now, James.
Dakota Pilster on the grandstand side. Gavin Dow on the far side hash mark for Barlow.
High kick in the end zone. Yeah, touchback there. No chance for a return. Great kicking tonight by Sappington, Atticus Sappington.
I wonder if he plays soccer as well.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get the binoculars out and make sure I'm giving. Yep, okay, good deal.
You know, I'll go back to something you mentioned a little bit ago. Mael Jones helped up the Barlow Bruins player, you know, and that's really what this is about. Just giving the opportunity for players to compete, but still show that sportsmanship. High school sports, you can compete as hard as you want. You're obviously trying to win. Both teams are trying to compete, play hard. But when you have the opportunity to show sportsmanship like that, then that's what you do. And then you get back out and you knock them down the next play, and then you pick them back up. That's what high school sports is be about.
Trying to get the pass off, and does pick up about 5 and out of bounds.
You know, one thing about this game, when there's not a lot of fans, you hear a lot from the coaching staff. We can hear more now than ever. And on that play, all the coaches are yelling, holding.
Right.
You know, they're mad at the official for not making the call. We can hear a lot. Sometimes it's probably not a good thing that you can hear.
Yeah, right. I mean, turn down that ambient microphone out there. It was Carter Baggs throwing that. Well, that was interesting. Incomplete pass. But I don't know if you noticed, James, but on the far side of the field, a player ran on, you know, right as the ball was being snapped. And I've read a lot of rule books, and that's not allowed.
They had 10 players on the field, and then he realized that he should have been in and came running in and made the 11th player, but it's offsides, illegal motion,
Illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution.
But he was wide open.
But he was wide open. And once he realized it, first he stood there and was like, man, I can't do this. Then wait. Then he started waving his hand like, hey, throw me the ball. Let's see.
The officials are talking about it.
Yeah. Again, maybe you can fool one of the officials. He's got the mask all the way over his eyes.
Number 42 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
All right, so there was a penalty. Did not see the flag, but there was a penalty called, so that'll move him back. 2nd and 10. A little bit of moving and shuffling there. Jones is going to pass. Here comes the rush. Yeah, hard to throw across your body like that when you got a host of Rams, you know, kind of breathing down your neck.
So what is it? Is it a pack of Rams? What do they call like a bunch of Rams?
Well, you know what? I don't think it's a pack of Rams. I don't think it's a herd of Rams. If we had like a website that people could, we'd probably get the answer that people would text us or something. But it's not a gaggle. That's geese, right?
Yeah, if you say so. Chuck, I bet Chuck knows.
Chuck would know.
Because whatever it is, they were all there, right there. That's where they were, right there, chasing down that Bruin.
And kind of up the middle, 3rd down, 2:18 left to play.
Andrew Collins, the ball carrier.
2nd and 10, and the Barlow is trying to stay true to who they are. And they were trying to run that ball up the middle. It was actually 3rd and 10, I'm sorry. Just didn't fool anybody because I think everyone sort of expected that they would still try to run the football. But you got to give them credit. This is who they are.
It is who they are. So 1:43 left and 4th and 9 into punt, but back for the Rams on a short field is Strider Tyler Fields. This is where some magic can happen sometimes too. Strong wind blowing in the punter's face. Gets it off, and Strider just let it roll back behind him. And that's where the Rams will take over. Both teams with still 2 timeouts left.
1st and 10, Rams.
So coming up for the Rams, let's see, what do we got next on the schedule? We got Grant next on the schedule, good Grant team, and then following week, Clackamas. And then we'll be back, or I'll be back. You won't be here in 3 weeks, right?
Right.
Well, then the quality of the show is going to go down dramatically if you're not here. So, Ram fans, you may just have to settle, but, you might, without James, it's not quite the same.
Well, I'm not sure about that. But I'm going to be listening. I'm just going to be out of town.
Johnson
we made these plans well before the season was even decided, and
Right,
now I'm kind of upset.
You're going to have to pivot.
Right.
Johnson takes knee in the victory formation that's not under center.
This is one of those situations where I would just like for coaches to be able to say, Let's wrap it up.
Yep, exactly. It's a foregone conclusion, right?
Right. Both teams understand what's happening there. The defense isn't trying to get through the line. The offense just taking knee.
That's good. Good handshakes. Really, it's quite of a grind of a game. And credit to Barlow. They hung in there really up until midway through the fourth quarter, where the Rams' power and strength and skill kind of took over and closed it out.
Right. And then Coach K, I know, again, you want to win the football game. You always want to win if there's a scoreboard and there's referees. But I'm sure he's proud of the way his team fought and the adversity that they've had to face all year long and not knowing if they were going to play. And now you're playing against the Rams team and you put forth a good effort. But this Rams, they're just tough. They're a very tough football team and a very good football program.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, so, James, go get yourself a burrito. Rams win tonight 21-7. And really on behalf of all of us with Ram TV, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Good night and God bless.